What's up? What's up?
How you doing? So first,
All right.
I want to give a warm welcome from Fam Spotlight. Today's guests, you guys known them for They Like It Slow, Knocking the Boots, Lick You Up, and even from the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate
Whatever.
theme track. So how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing fine, man. Just out here hanging, you know what I'm saying? Just getting ready. Got to go to rehearsal in a minute. About to, getting ready for our new tour that's about to take off. So, gonna be touring real soon. We're actually gonna be coming to Chicago, probably in a lot of the areas. So, we're gonna be got a lot of stuff we have to do right now.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, wait, is Lance here? Just want to make
I'm
sure
here.
Lance.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Did you want to ask something really quick, or you want me to get it started?
Well, get it started. I mean, you roll with him.
Okay.
Let's get him going. He's been here sitting around, so I
Okay.
know he wants to talk. So
I
let's give him an opportunity to tell us about what's going on with H Town.
Yes. So I'm gonna just kind of go a little bit backstory, a little bit. You guys been around. You guys were opened up with Uncle Luke's camp, and let me just go a little bit back because when I was checking your backstory, you guys went no luggage to his house, just went there, knocked on the door as far as what he was expecting. And he was just like, what were you guys thinking? Like, as soon as you heard that Uncle Luke was even maybe interested, you guys just automatically went and decided, let's just take a chance. Well, like, whose thought process was
Well, those stories are all lies. Those are, I know those must be the stories
that?
that you've been hearing on the internet with the
Yeah.
documentaries. But those are all those stories. It didn't go nothing like that. So
Okay.
a lot of stories on the internet. I want to tell everybody, you really can't believe those stories. As of now, they have a story out that my brother is still alive right now. Saying that
What?
my brother Dino is alive. And it's another story out that I am Dino, and he's living as Shazam,
There.
and living as Shazam. So those stories on those documentaries are all wrong. It was never a situation where we showed up to Luke House with no luggage and none of that stuff. So I
Okay.
can't answer a
Yeah,
question
because
off a lie,
did you get a chance to read his book, by the way?
Oh no.
Yeah, he had like the autobiography, and he was talking about you guys, and he was saying like he could tell you guys were dirt poor, and was it really hard growing up?
Yeah, we had some more. Now that came from his book. That's all a lie too. Then if he
Okay.
said that in his book,
Yeah, there was
I never read the book.
yeah.
No.
Allegedly, in his autobiography, he was saying like you guys were dirt poor, you came with no luggage. It was like,
No,
I was like,
no,
Shazam,
what?
yeah.
no.
So Shazam, what's the true story? How does his
Yeah,
real
what?
story go?
Well, basically, when H Town got signed, we had a management. We was signed. We had a management. We was had a manager that had mad money. Our manager is one of the biggest guys. So we was a group that was with a management company, and the guy that owned the guy that was with the guy that was with Luke, he knew Luke. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And he actually put he had told Luke, if you ever get a group together, you know what I'm saying? I have Amen. I'm looking for R&B group. So my
Mhm.
manager at the time was one of the most well-known guys in Houston, Texas, actually signed us. You know what I'm saying? So before we even got the Luke, we was already, with a big management company. We just didn't have a record deal. And so he knew records. So at the end of the day, before coming at dirt poor, that was never coming at dirt poor. We did have, we was our families did have lived in the projects and all that stuff before, but by the time we had got to Luke, our management team had, was basically paid for us to go in the studio and record the records to introduce to Luke. The Luke didn't like the records, and my management team calls Luke the Mr. Plain, and Luke heard us sing live. But I was wondering what
Mhm.
I never knew that story came because I never read his book. But I did see the
Yeah.
documentaries out there where they saying this and saying that we was dirt poor and
Oh
the,
man, it sounds like a rags to riches story. So it's easy to buy
yeah.
into, and
Yeah.
it gives a good
Like I
lift
said,
to you guys.
we did come from the projects. We was not wealthy or nothing like that. But
Right.
I'm
Mhm.
saying by the time we got to Luke, you know, our mothers did live in the project, but we had signed a management contract with our manager. So
Mhm.
as at that time, our manager, You know, when by the time Luke got to us, we was not a group that just didn't have any clothes or nothing like that, because our management team will make sure that we had clothes and look presentable when people see us to get us a record deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was with a professional management company, and just so happened he knew Luke, and then Luke heard us sing, and then that's how it all came about. Yeah.
And the group, you were 14 years old at that time?
Yeah, how old were you guys at the time?
15 to 16, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
And the group was called the Gents originally?
We was called the Gents because we put our album before Luke. That's what I'm saying. We had done major things before Luke.
Right.
We put an album out, and we signed with another management company. We put an album out, it didn't do nothing. Then we put, so that's what I'm saying. But before we got to Luke, you know, we would never present ourselves. We wasn't rich. We were poor, my mother and them, but I'm saying by the time Luke got to us, we had already put an album out. We had already been signed to management companies that, so quote, would, you know, buy H-Town clothes or making sure we presentable if we trying to get a major record deal, you know, because we wasn't just trying to get with Luke Records. We was trying to get with anybody we can get a deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where that came from. Maybe that's what he wanted to say. Maybe he felt we was dirt poor because our mothers did live in the projects, but we didn't. Our management team alone, you know, they would buy us clothes to just to perform in. You know, we did
exactly
everything.
So how was it like living in Miami at that time with the 2 Live crew around the corner, and you guys were like 15 or 16? It must have been nuts to be there.
Great.
In Miami.
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. Living with Luke was a whole nother level, because Luke was in a mansion, and he was, you know, Luke who he was. So it was a very phenomenal and exciting experience for H-Town. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely, it was a dream come true. You know, it was like living with Hugh Hefner, the Black Hugh Hefner, living with Luke.
Huh. It's funny you mentioned that.
He was very good to us. You know, he didn't, you know, we was kids, and he looked out for us. We had chaperones, and he made sure that we finished school. So I have nothing against Luke the Camera.
But, so I mean, it sounds like he was such a big influence in you guys, like at that time.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, we had, you know, we was kids, and you know, we had people like mentors, like our management team, our producers, and all that stuff. So you know, it was a very changing life experience for H-Town. But it's like,
let me ask you this. So Knockin' the Boots came about, and if I'm not mistaken, y'all must have been like 17, 18. So did y'all write that song? How did that fall? How did that song even come about? How did it materialize?
We actually wrote the song. We wrote the song before we even made it. We had the song Lick You Up, and that song before we made it. Actually, the song that got us our record deal with Luke was Lick You Up, because we sung Lick You Up live. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. We had these songs before we even signed with Luke. And we did a demo, and Luke didn't like the demo. So we went back in the studio, which our management team paid for at the time, for us to record Lick You Up and Knockin' the Boots and all these songs. And the manager was very good friends with Luke, and Luke came to Houston one day, and he actually made Luke miss his plane. So when Luke missed his plane, Luke came up to the studio. Well, we was actually in the studio finishing up Lick You Up. And he walked in and like, man, you got to hear these guys' songs. So we sung Lick You Up live for him on the spot. And I guess it reminded Luke that we was like, he called us, y'all like some baby Lukes. And he gave, 2 weeks later, we had a record deal.
Wow. So you guys, you all grew up together singing. How did it all the music and everything get started? Y'all grew up that way playing music, or how does it happen?
Oh, it came from our family. You know, our uncles was a very popular band around Houston, Texas. They was a very popular band called Prodigy. And we come from a musical background of singers and musicians and stuff like that. And I want to go back to that the clothes thing. Also, when we signed a record deal, we got $25,000 up front. So, you know, at that time, I got 5, other got 5. Now I was about 16 years old. So at the time for me to get $5,000 a piece was a lot of money for our group. So, you know, maybe the clear that if you say Luke said that in his book, yeah, we did take some of that 5,000 and bought us clothes and bought us, but it was a part of our record deal. So I don't know. It was a part of our signing bonus at the time. So I don't know where that came, but it's to clear that when we signed, before we signed with Luke Records, he gave us 25,000 up front. Now, by the time we got through splitting it between me, GI, and the management, we got about 5,000 apiece. And I remember dudes thought I was rich when I got that money. And we were splurging like a mud with that $5,000.
I bet you guys were.
We were about 16, so that was a lot of money for a 16-year-old. Give a 16-year-old $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of stuff being bought. So,
yeah.
So my thing is, okay, you guys are working with Luke. You guys are like under grown adult age, but singing grown adult music. So I'm assuming you all lost your virginities. Was it to any older women? I don't know, because I just felt like the music was just very mature.
Well, I'm just gonna say this: we probably were some horny teenagers, and at the time you in school, people are having sex, and some I don't want to say we lost our virginities, but we played around enough to understand and look at other people and hear about it, from friends having sex to kind of playing around with girls ourselves. I don't think I had lost my virginity. I was 16. I don't think I lost my virginity, but
that's surprising.
Huh?
Because of the songs you sing, that's surprising.
Well, I just think we just knew what to sing. We heard about it, we knew about it, and but
so you guys used it as your material. You guys
that's what I was.
We use it as our
material. Hanging out with Uncle Luke would have put you in a position where Boots was being.
Well, like I said, we had 2 of those songs
already done.
Songs was not 2 biggest songs was Knockin. We had those songs wrote before we even got with Luke. And then we had a producer that also was a little bit older than us that had some things too. So we just kind of, we all could. I think with all 4 of our minds together, with different experience, we was able to collaborate and write those songs. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm gonna say this here. By all 3 of us writing the song, one of the members was having sex. So we all put our input in on the song. I'm not gonna say which member it was, but one of us did have had a little sex at that time.
Okay, I know it's something.
DJ Folak, give me a little bit of it.
Another thing, you guys met Prince before, and he's a fan, as I'm a fan of him being a fan of you, like it's a fan of a fan. So any other celebrities you guys ever bumped into in the past that gave you some like good encouraging words through your journey?
Oh, Roger Troutman, Shirley Murdoch, Roger Troutman, Shirley Murdoch, Lenny Williams, people like that, some of the old heads, Frankie Beverly Amaze. So people like that, Stevie Wonder, Al B. Sure.
What did Stevie say?
Stevie just, always told us just try to be original.
Okay.
Be original, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. And Bobby Brown, a couple of the new BBD, a couple of those cats and all that. So we always had people that would say little things, but kind of H-Town kind of came to game. We always tried to be original. When you hear H-Town, it's us. We try to create our own sound, our own dance style. So nobody danced the way H-Town dance.
Right.
So we just did try to be different. We took a little bit from everybody, but we kind of try to make it our own and be different.
That brings me to asking you, so when Knockin' the Boots came out, y'all kind of blew up really, really fast. That first tour was a classic tour that y'all went on. I think it was SWV, Shy, Naughty by Nature, LL Cool J. What was it like coming up in that era where everybody was, just like you said, being original and competing and trying to, make a niche for yourself? What do you remember most about that era?
A lot of, just kind of like almost like a daydream, almost like you can't believe we actually made it. We went from, like we said, we did go from being in the projects to all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like, wow, we went from, at Jack Yates High School to. Is he still talking? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you. I kind of lost you, but Rose, so
you guys hear us?
No, I'm dropping out, but I'm here with you. So go ahead and
Okay.
pick it up. I didn't get to hear the whole answer there.
Yeah, I'll say we're just like we went from being we weren't celebrities, went from being like non-celebrities to basic celebrities all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. So it was a
Yeah,
song that
no.
took off so big, people chasing us and the girls chasing us. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of sex thrown at us. Like all the girls want to sleep. But at that time, I can remember I would not sleep with no girls. I was actually scared. A lot of girls were saying, because I'm gonna tell you something. It's one thing to have women want to sleep with you, but
Right.
when you have a song I call "Knocking the Boots," girls got the S. Can you really knock boots?
Right.
I came up with this thing. What if I don't do good? I'm not gonna sleep with nobody. That way, keep on imagining in your mind what you think Shazam can do. So a lot of time I would not sleep with a lot of those girls because I was thinking, now what if I don't do good? Now I got this woman around the world talking about Shazam or H Town. They whack. They ain't what that's
Right.
like. So a lot of time I really wasn't knocking a lot of boots when that song was hot. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of time people thought we was knocking boots, but we really wasn't knocking them. Because man, we was about 17 years old, and a lot of females were it was shell shocked me. I do that to this day though. Like if a female, I read for a female, don't talk to me about what I can do or ask me what I can do. Just let it happen. You
Right.
get to
Right.
talk too much to me about, well, can you really do this? And then I'm like, oh my God, now you done messed my brain up because I'm thinking now I gotta perform a certain way because I got a song I call "Knocking the Boots" and they like it slow and lick you up and down and emotions. You know what I'm saying? So you know that
Well, you a mess.
it was
You
a
a
lot.
mess.
There was a lot of girls playing as a back at the time. They do that now, but I get shell shocked now when girls do that. You know.
After all this time. So tell me a little about being on the Soul Train Awards and just catapulting into this business so strong like that, and then the pressure to come out with another album. How was it? Do you remember anything meeting Don Cornelius and all of that stuff?
Well, the Soul Train Awards was more like, man, like a Grammy to us, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we always want to win a Soul Train. For some reason, we didn't really care about winning the Grammy, but the Soul Train Award was like our Grammy to us because we had been watching Soul Train since we was little, you know what I'm saying? And growing up from my mother on to our age, Soul Train was around for a long, long time. So it was like a great experience to meet Don Cornelius and to be on that show. It was like, wow, we really on Soul Train. Like that was like the big deal for us. So to win a Soul Train award was like winning a Grammy to us or Oscar to H Town at that time.
That's what's up. Well, you guys recently was honored, and you guys were latestly inducted into the National R&B Hall of Fame. So congratulations to you guys again. Were you guys even surprised, or you were like, it's about time?
Oh, really? It was just more like we, I didn't just say about time, but it was more like, you know what? I could see that. We've been in the business almost 30 years now. One of the biggest selling independent R&B groups in the world. We done sold millions and millions on an independent scale. People don't realize we've never been with a major label, and we done sold over 10 million albums worldwide independently. So it's like that's history within itself. So with 8 top 10 hits, so we like, and I'm like, okay, it's about time. You know what I'm saying? So we just roll with it. If they feel it, okay, we understand why they ready to do it now. And the greater reason why they put us in there because we are one of the biggest selling independent R&B groups in the world. A lot of groups like Jodeci and Boys to Me and a lot of these groups they had major machines behind them. We didn't have that. We had Luke Records, and Luke Records was the first Master P, the first Cash Money, one of the first Black-owned independent labels at that time, besides Little James from Rap A Lot.
Right. And not only that, but tell us about your new project now. I need to know what you guys have out and how you feel about the new project and where it's going.
Well, the new project is out right now. It's called Date Night. It's an album that we collaborated on with Little Flip. We got a song with Little Flip. We got a song with Shy. We got a song with Cut Close. So it's just we did decide to collaborate with some of our peers from the '90s area. It's basically an independent project. The album actually went top 10 in in the United States on iTunes, went #1 in some countries across the world. It's still charting. It's doing pretty good for an independent project, and it's kind of bringing back that real R&B thing. We kind of got a sprinkle of the new, but we kept it real R&B in H-Town. So that is out now. Date night, y'all make sure y'all go stream it, download it on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. It's everywhere right now.
Not only that, but the lyrics are phenomenal, man. You guys spend a lot of time working on these lyrics, man. I don't understand how you can pick up that same kind of feeling from way back when and still come at these girls like that, man. What y'all do in the lab? Y'all just sit
Oh,
there
what,
and
man?
throw out lyrics and debate on
Well,
them, or what?
well, it's just like mainly experiences, man. A lot of the music that you hear come from science, from personal experiences. Sometimes people around us we get an experience from. But a lot of things that we write is either one of the members or either myself or somebody in this group that been through it. So most definitely it comes from our experiences and just, we older now, we men, we seasoned vets now, so we really know what to talk about and write about in a song to a woman when it comes to females. We was doing it back then, so we just a little bit more seasoned with it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A little bit more seasoned and that's all I can say. We seasoned with it.
So what are you guys thinking of next? Are you guys thinking of doing maybe a movie, a documentary on the life of H Town? I think a movie would be kind of dope. What do you think?
Most definitely, we really looking to. That's one of the things we are looking into, trying to get a biopic on H Town. Think about it. We got to figure out who would play us. Do we get some new, fresh talent or some talent that's out there? But it's most definitely in the making of trying to get a biopic.
Mm,
We did a show called Unsung, so it kind of gave you an inside view on our life and
right.
stuff like that. So we just hopefully real soon we get there. But as of now, we about to do a 30-city tour. The '90s kickback tour gonna be kicking off. Got a lot of groups on there like Shy, Next, Cut Close, SWV. We
Oh,
doing
wow.
Genuine. So it's coming.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
when you go on these kickback tours, is there still a lot of competition between everybody trying to blow the stage up so the next group can't come follow? Or is it
Most
just
definitely.
you guys just got love? Everybody's just a big love fest.
It's still the same way. Everybody competition, trying to blow the stage up. Only thing is more with respect. It's more with respect and not trying to throw blows and fight. Back then, time we might want to throw some blows, we might want to cuss each other out. It's more like friendly competition now because we older grown men now. We don't really have time for that right now.
I hear that. So now this tour is starting. When does the tour start? When you guys? I know you've been. You told me earlier that you guys have been touring every other weekend. When can we
Mhm.
start to look for this tour? You got any dates you want to throw out here? Tell us about.
I can't think of them right off, but I know we got some coming up in in August. I have a couple of shows gonna be coming in this month. I don't have the dates right off my back of my head, but we got the dates we got. I know we got Chicago, Shreveport, Dallas coming up. We have uh, Wichita, I think Wichita, Virginia, something like that. So, but the dates are steady coming in and they routing them right now. You know what I'm saying? And we're also doing spot dates too. Miami, we got Miami coming up. I don't have the dates right off, but I know these are all dates that's about to get ready to start. Y'all will start seeing advertising on these dates.
Excellent, excellent. And then let me ask you this: when you think about all the tours you've been on, what was your favorite tour experience?
Uh, I'm gonna say going doing the Coca-Cola Superfest was very good. That's one of our first tour, and it was a great experience. And actually touring overseas, touring out the country was like phenomenal.
Yeah. So through the tough times in your community, have you guys been involved, or are you guys part of a foundation of some sort, or is it like what do you guys do to like give back to your community?
Well, a lot of time, H Town Music, which is our company, we have done uh, uh, food drives and back to school drives, and so, kind of like in the community of Houston, Texas. So we have
Mhm.
stuff like that where we just kind of give back. Sometimes we team up with the the Mayor of Houston or the Sheila Lee Jackson thing. We know we do turkey drives and stuff like that. Um, uh, Turkey drives and school drives, dealing with our companies and some of the Houston's company. Like we've done stuff with a lot of stuff with the Mayor before and Sheila Lee Jackson.
Okay. And is there any crazy fan stories I need to know that hasn't been told to the press that you want to tell us anything a fan did lately or maybe back in the day?
Well, I don't really get too many crazy stuff now. I think because
back in the day though, you guys would like sell your shirts off. I see you guys just wore
well, back in the days they would do stupid stuff, but now it's more the girls are more a little bit more conservative because they're a little bit older now. But in the days, the girls would I'd had girls I done sold clothes to, and clothes were dirty and stinking, they still wanted to smell.
Well, of course. Back in the day, it's very different groupie time back in the day than it is now.
The group of this back then, well, I think it still is for the younger artists, but I think our artists are a little bit older, so the girls are not so much. It's pretty like to say, I'm not gonna say they're not freaky. They just might be a little bit more freaky behind closed doors. They're not gonna be like how they was when they was teenagers. They just more like, hey, what's up, and they get you out that closed door.
It's a lot, yes. So do you think the era of a group like a male R&B group could come back again?
Good question.
Do you see it coming back around?
I think it eventually gonna come back around. I just think, I think the problem is, man, like I said, a lot of groups from our era, we still real young. We not really, they consider us old school, but we're really not really, we in the middle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, I think H-Town groups like Drew Hill, Silk, and Shy, and Next, and Jacket Edge, I think we're going to become the new Frankie Beverly and Mays, the new new OJs, the new Earth, Wind, and Fires. I think we get to that age now as a groups, but we still can really still sell a bunch of records, but we just don't have the budgets that these newer people have, like the major labels. So it's more like we got to do everything ourselves, and then they got this quote unquote new sounding R&B, which is but I think eventually it will come back. Eventually,
I kind of want to do a bonus because of what you said. Do you feel like because artists are younger that the record labels are more prone to them because they don't know as much of the music business as they should?
I could be, but I think it's more they just think, man, the kids. I think the audience is that these kids, it don't take a lot to please these kids. You can say, Mary had Little Lamb and she threw cash and them kids all of it.
True.
Like their minds so simple, and it's just the kids. And our audience is more like not as internet savvy, not on the internet as much as these kids are. So the newer generation, everything is internet driven now.
Right.
So an average H-Town fan is probably on the internet, but not as much as these kids are. These kids are just all over everything. But I think it's coming back around because our age is, right now, our demographics for H-Town, we were looking at the other day, between 28 and 45. 45, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we still got some 20-year-olds.
That's a good.
That listen to H-Town, and the 30-year-olds, and then you got the 40-some years. So it's like, that's why I said we kind of like in the middle.
Right. Right, because the thing about it is at least my generation, I'm in that generation gap, and it like for that it's like we're used to the music growing up, good music, and then it's like we get to our age and then we're like, wait, hold on, what happened to the sound? Like it's like as if we got tricked with the beat. That we're like, hold on, wait, what is this person saying? What is going on? And then we have to revert back to what we were used to growing back up, growing up.
So that's so we just I just think that it's gonna eventually come. But the thing about it, a lot of the youth, when they get wing of H-Town, Jodeci's, they like our music and listen to it. Right. But our fans that really like real R&B, they don't like the stuff out today. They feel like it's garbage or watered down. But the new fans when they hear about our stuff, they like it. Because I go to my concert, I would literally ask them, how old are you? 20, 23. I'm like, how you know about me? My mama, in the house, and I love H-Town. And I thought about it, when Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye and all these guys, I was either a little bitty boy or not born. So I get it. I know who Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass is because of my mother. Just playing that was like R. Kelly is Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy Pendergrass is R. Kelly of today. We have R. Kelly, we had Teddy Pendergrass in the 70s. Then the 90s came R. Kelly, but it's the same format, sex symbol, men can sing, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just kind of cycle just rotating itself.